This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, educating the leaders of our community for over 20 years.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida. We're delighted to have here in the studio a candidate for Ward 1 City Council, City of Fort Myers re-election, Teresa Watkins Brown. Let's bump, Teresa.
All righty.
Bam, and we're doing it, and we're doing it, and we're doing it well. That's LL Cool J. You wouldn't know about all that, but anyway, Teresa. This election has gotten so much attention around absentee ballots and this and that and the other. What do you think about the absentee ballot process?
If it's done fairly, I have no problem with it. But in canvassing and knocking on doors, we're finding that some of it is where some people are not living in that particular ward, but they're using an address from another ward in order to, say from my ward, in order to vote. And I think that's the unfairness in it. One of the other unfair things that's in it is that the way it's being done, the constituents really do not get a chance to hear the candidate.
I see.
This person is just being elected through the process of absentee ballots, and you're not really getting an opportunity to really seek out to find out if this person is really qualified or anything like that.
I don't know if I've ever, and I've been hosting this show for like 22 years and dealt with a lot of politics. I can't recall when people were running for political office in the city of Fort Myers that they didn't come to any debates, didn't come to any of the interviews, just didn't come out and do any public forums. Is this unprecedented?
Well, I mean, this is the first time, I've had an experience with this. I will say running for office 4 years ago was a lot of fun, but I'm really not seeing the fun in it when you're not given the opportunity myself to really get to know the person that's running against you.
One of the things that's going to be a referendum on the ballot this year is the whether or not the City of Fort Myers Police Department should be continue as it exists or become a part of the Lee County Sheriff's system. What's your thoughts around that?
Lee, with any local, with any agency, whether it's Sanibel, whether it's Lee County Sheriff's Office, we as the City of Fort Myers, we have an interlocal agreement with that local law enforcement agency where they're able to come in to our city and assist. That's the local agreement that we have. I feel that the citizens of Fort Myers deserve to have their own police department. And I would not like to see 175 sworn officers without jobs with their families. That would increase our unemployment rate. But just for the fact alone, I think that the City of Fort Myers should have their own police department.
So you're on the record, you're not in favor of it.
I'm not in favor.
What do you, if re-elected, what are the 3 things you want to make sure you get accomplished in your next term?
In my next term, I will continue to provide the infrastructure that I've been trying to do and beautify some of the neighborhoods that are in the Ward 1 community. As you know, Ward 1 is one of the people look at as being the lowest economically as far as the City of Fort Myers. Each ward has a plan. I have an East Fort Myers plan for that particular ward. We are working on that plan. We have it halfway completed. I want to see it through completion because it will beautify that gateway of Palm Beach Boulevard. Even though money is being dumped into downtown, I've always stated that you got to beautify the gateways because if they get there off of 75, they may not want to go any further to the downtown area.
You got a phone number and a website on the screen. If people call that phone number, they can actually talk to you, Teresa Watkins Brown?
They can actually talk to me, Teresa Watkins Brown, and I welcome their call.
When you're moving around right now, shaking hands and talking to people and knocking on doors, what's the kind of feedback you're getting about the concerns for the City of Fort Myers?
A lot of it is jobs. You know, people are concerned about jobs, are concerned about some of the things that are happening in Washington, D.C., which on a local level, you know, we don't have a whole lot of that we can do about it. But I would say basically the economic boost for our communities and job losses and the crime. That's one of the biggest things that they're talking about.
About 30 seconds. Once you look in that camera, make your final appeal.
I'm Teresa Watkins Brown, and I want to continue to be your voice for Ward 1. So re-elect Teresa Watkins Brown on November the 5th.
All right. With Teresa Watkins Brown, we wish you a lot of success in your campaign, and look forward to getting you back on Leap Pitch Live as the sitting city councilman in the future.
Thank you.
All right. As the saying goes in this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Teresa Watkins Brown and all the fine people at the city of Fort Myers who are doing it. Get out and vote, folks.
Congratulations to Lee Pitts Live, recipient of the NAACP Image Award.